Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to the videos. This is a paid request. This time for Jonathan. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for a 2015 film called The Gallows, which I had heard of because I believe my friend Michael Keaton, the choice voice, years and years ago saw this for a month of horror, and he said it sucked. And he's right. This film does suck. I would say sucks my balls, but that would feel good. That would feel good. This didn't feel good. And this comes from a guy that I can deal with found footage films. Right, I think over 90% of them suck, but they're interesting format. Because despite the fact there's been so many, it still feels different and unique to me. And there's been a lot I've liked. Either done like a fake documentary, like Savage Land, Horror in the High Desert. The sequel was okay, but I like the first one more. Or stuff like The Blair Witch Project, The Tunnel, As Above So Below. What was the one? Now I'm trying to think what it's called. Butterfly Kisses. There's a lot that I've enjoyed. Well, not a lot, but there's been some. Like Mungo. This is not one of them. This pretty much said, let's take Paranormal Activity and put it in a school. The lore maybe could be interesting, but they don't really do much with it. It's very boring. The characters stink their ass. And the movie, even the scares are so lousy, almost non-existent, and just jackass characters. And it made money. It got a sequel. It made $22 million in US on a $100,000 budget. It's a 4.2 on IMDb, which I think it could be lower. And when I said that the lore could be interesting, the way it begins, a school play being filmed, I could relate to that. I think a lot of people back today could relate to that because those old camcorders and you're filming a school play, and my brother, my sister, others were in it, and you watch it on a playback and reminiscent of that era, the way it's filmed, the time code that shows the date. So it's people doing the school play. In the midst of the school play, there's a gallows and someone has a noose on them, but a prop screws up and the guy gets hung. It's an accident. A guy named Charlie dies. It's 20 years later, and people say, well, we're not going to do that. It's cursed. And we did something with that could be interesting. I don't know how, but there could be a kernel of intrigue there. A little seed. Instead, you get a bunch of jackass characters. You have your lead guy who's a jock, who's just very bland and boring. He's there, even though he sucks in the play, because he's more of a football player, at least in his mind. But he's there because he has a crush on this other girl. His buddy's filming a chunk of the film, and he's a jackass. You're wearing knickers, bro. And he's making fun of the jock. He's making fun of people who are in drama class. There's a guy walking around with stuff in his hands, and this guy takes a cheap shot, throws a football right in the guy's face. He's a jag-off. And we're supposed to care about this guy who's filming? I don't care. I don't care if you live, if you die, if you wake up with no dick. I don't care. So it's trying to be this build-up where we're supposed to know the characters and get to know them, but there ain't jack squat about them to give a shit about. And then you have the jock who's got a crush on this girl who's in the play. You have the buddy who's being a dick. You have the buddy's kind of girlfriend who's a cheerleader, which she's got nothing to her in terms of character. So why should I care about this person? Why should I care about any of these people? I have no idea. So one day they're screwing around behind the scenes of this school play, and the buddy realizes that the back door doesn't lock. It's loosened. So he gets the idea that the lead guy, the jock, him, the buddy, and ultimately his cheerleader tired girlfriend joins in. The three of us, we're going to screw up the set, we're going to tear it apart. So when they find it the next morning, they'll be horrified, and your crush will be so taken aback. And you go up there and you calm her down. Everything would be okay, and everything would be fine. And we know you suck at acting. Granted, I don't know why they wouldn't go, you know what? We had some vandalism. Give us another day or two. We're going to fix this stuff in a day or two. Then we'll have the play on this other day. That's what would happen in real life. Just because you strip the set, this isn't some Broadway play. It's a school play. I think they can think of another day, especially if there's vandalism at hand. I think they'll be fine with moving it another day or another week. I think they can handle it. I don't think these people know how school plays work. But anyway, so the three go in, they tear it up. The lady who is the jock's crush, the jock is crushing on, she arrives too. And she said, what are you guys doing here? The four of them get locked in the school, and then the horror will take place. The horror being, there's a bit where the guy sets the camera down, he's looking at his locker, another locker opens up and then closes. I guess the ghost is just bored, just decided to be a dick. You know what? I'm going to mess with this guy. I'm going to open up a locker and then I'm going to close it again. Okay. Hey, ghosts are bored. They need to, for 20 years, they need to have something to pass the time, be unbored. They go to the stage. The set has been reconstructed. The noose is up there. They're wondering what's going on. They don't know why the door's locked. They're looking for keys. They find a TV and VCR. There's a news program playing about the accident that happened 20 years ago. And apparently Charlie, back in the day, had a girlfriend. Also, we find out that the lead jock's dad was supposed to be in that play, in that situation with the noose, but he had called in sick. So then Charlie did it, and then he ultimately ended up dying. I mean, if there was more to it, where there was some conspiracy to get this guy killed, because of X, Y, and Z reasons, maybe there could be some intrigue with the plot. They don't do any of that. They just go the most boring as shit route. By the way, we're about halfway through the film. This is all that's happened. The rest of it is, there's a vent. The buddy who's been the dick the whole time, he decides to go up. You're not supposed to say the name Charlie, but he keeps saying it. So when he goes up the ladder, he gets pushed off. His leg gets broken. It's funny, the jock tells the cheerleader, who's the buddy's kind of girlfriend, stay. But no, she leaves. And so they leave the guy alone. So then the door locks, and then they can't get it open. And then when they come out, the guy is gone. They find his phone or his camera. And we see the footage that some figure with a noose is staring at him. The guy gets hung up, taken to the ceiling like damn xenomorph took Harry Dean Stanton. And we don't see him again. There's another bit where that Bud's cheerleader girlfriend is looking at the camera and she's terrified. And when she looks up, and these are the stairs, like she's sitting there and then a figure floats into view holding a noose. I'm like, ooh, scary. Whoop-de-doo. I've seen Pepto-Bismol commercials more creepier than this. Or those Charmin commercials, one with the bears, because it's about like a little bear. We care that he needs to wipe his ass. That's creepier to me. Like, I don't care about you need to wipe your ass. Whether you be a cartoon bear or not. You're having a little bit more fun about how your ass is wiped. That's more creepy than anything in this movie. Those commercials. So, after that, the woman looks at the camera. She realizes there's a noose on her neck. She just pulled it into the stairs. So there's just the jock and his crush. They look around, they run around, a lot of shaky cam, a lot of screaming, a lot more screaming and shaky cam. And there's a bit where the door's now open and he can escape. Now he could go get help. You know, find help, get help, call someone, call cops, 911. But no, he stupidly goes back in. Then apparently the girl's like ready to be hanged, and he goes, Charlie wants me because my dad did this. If I do this and put myself in the noose and he hangs me, he'll let you go. What kind of thinking is that, you doofus, you dillweed, you dumb dumbass? If I hang myself, he'll let you go. I don't mean just what, it means haha. That was easy. You're next, bitch. That it could mean that too. Doesn't this guy wonder, if the ghost wanted me, why did he kill the other two people? Maybe the other guy, because he said Charlie Align was a dick. Why did he kill the girl, the cheerleader? She had nothing to do with it. Or the ghost is going to kill everybody, including this girl. Your crush. So you hang yourself, it might not do jack squat. So what are you doing, you stupid idiot? Stupid. Stupid characters, or unlikable characters, or moronic characters. And then big surprise, the guy, after he gets hung, the crush gets up, claps, there's clapping in the audience. Come to find out that this person is the daughter of Charlie and his girlfriend. Granted, it's 20 years later and they're in high school. So, shouldn't she have graduated high school by that point? Because 20 years. I thought it was 20 years, but, even if you're pregnant, how long have you been pregnant? 2 months, 3 months, boom, okay, a couple, I don't know. But, this was all planned. To get revenge on a guy that had nothing to do with it. His dad did it, which I'm sitting there going to the girlfriend, or why didn't you get revenge on the dad character, since he's the one who did all this in the first place? When was Charlie a ghost? A day after he died? 2 days? 2 months? 2 years? If it was 2 years, why didn't you do it sooner and go after the guy who you're mad at? No, you go after the relative who did not know anything about this, the son who knew nothing about this, just because you're all just dicks. And that kid had nothing to do with it, but whatever. And apparently the lady knew that the buddy would see the back door and see that it's loose. And then they knew that he would get the idea to, let's all go in and trash the place. What if the jock said no? What if the jock said, nah, doesn't work for me, brother. That don't work for me, brother. What if he had said no? Then what? Would they have tried to kill him during the play itself? I don't know. Would their plans have needed to be changed? I don't know. I just thank God that they knew that the buddy would see that the back is unlocked, can't be locked, and they would all go in. And again, the stairs almost non-existent. The only positive I'll deal with this is I like the trailer music, which is a take on Smells Like Teen Spirit. I forget the lady who sings it, but the trailer song that has that version that cover Smells Like Teen Spirit, I like that cover. That's the only thing worth the shit. It's boring, has a lot of stares, has very stupid characters. Oh, that's not even the end of the movie. I almost forgot this part. We're then with two cops that go into this place because they know something's up with this lady, and we found out this other lady's her mom, who was Charlie's girlfriend. And they're watching the footage of Charlie dying over and over again back in the day. And the mom and her daughter are kind of looking, you shouldn't say that name. And one cop is flying around, and the other cop turns, and there's Charlie with a noose. So I guess his spirit isn't just limited to the school. I guess it could go anywhere as long as you say his name. Why is the rule that if you say his name, he comes? I don't know. I don't even know why he wears the sack, because I don't think he had the sack on his face when he died. Because I swear with the footage, it was just, I don't think there was a sack on his face. He just got accidentally hung. So where the sack came from, I could be wrong on that. But if I'm not, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I apologize. If I'm not, then where did the sack on his face come from? It's like they think they're going to have this new horror villain, which they didn't. So that was a failure. Yeah, I mean, it made money, so it wasn't a failure on that front, but do you know anyone who gives a shit about the Gallows? I don't. Also, this mom and daughter, what do you think is going to happen to you later on? You don't think anyone's going to notice, we sent two cops to this location, they were never heard back. Maybe they find this footage, maybe they don't. I bet we're going to go on a manhunt for this girl and your mom. You're not really hiding your evidence, that not really meticulous and low profile. You know the phrase low profile? So I'm sure they'll be arrested and having fun with vibrators in prison. I don't know. Maybe Charlie can help them out. So. In the school setting, they don't really milk that for all it's worth. It just seems like random corridors. It just seems like a lot more could be built out with the school setting. The stairs. Very, very low body count. Next to, like, no gore. Yeah, there's no gore in the movie. I don't think there's any tension. Like I said, unlikable characters. Waste the damn time. Waste the motherfucking time, man. Waste the time. It's a waste. Complete utter waste. The movie sucks. It sucks. That's just my opinion. But with that said, thanks for watching. We'll take care. You take care. I'll take care of this problem here. Finish up this Mellow Yellow after watching this bullshit. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. The Gallows. Hang on to my balls in your mouth. How about them?